I'd rather be the Glasgow. Celtic Connections on BBC Radio Scotland.
Now, Hollywood actor John Travolta has been widely praised online after unveiling a new look. He's gone bald. After years of rumours of wigs and hair transplants, he posted a selfie of him and his daughter Ella Bow on his Instagram account, and people are apparently loving his new hairless look. So just how hard is it to take that step and embrace the baldness? Let's have a chat with Spencer Stevenson, who's had several hair transplants and is founder of spexhair.com, and also Ricardo Corvey, who's a hairdresser director of Rainbow Room International. And we'll have a chat with Corinne Sweet, who's a psychologist as well. Spencer, first and foremost, why did you decide to go down the transplant route?
Well, thanks for having me on the show. Why did I go down the hair transplant route? Personally, to me, I tried various different treatments, which unfortunately didn't work, and I was emotionally very drained by losing my hair. My self-esteem was very low. My confidence was heavily affected.
What age were you?
24 when I had my first hair transplant. I'm actually 43 now. So a long time ago, before the internet, we researched it by the yellow pages and DVDs and glossy brochures. So I kind of, wasn't privy to the information that is available today with regards to hair transplants. So I made a few mistakes.
And is that why then you've had to go that route several times?
Indeed. I mean, I had a number of procedures that weren't successful. Luckily for me, the internet was available to us, and then conducted my research, spoke with people. I mean, it is a hidden epidemic. People don't like to talk openly about hair loss. It's very common, and there are a great deal of resources out there which empower people and educate people, first and foremost, with the truth. We have a radio show called The Bald Truth, which hundreds of thousands of people tune into and share their anxieties and vent and share information, because it is a brotherhood. It's a community of people that do suffer and want to do something about their hair loss. And I was one of them, and hence why I hung around and tried to help. Once I got my problem solved and set up my websites, just to help give people information so they didn't make the same mistakes I made.
But is this not just a fact of life for some men?
Well, it is for some men. I mean, essentially, if you lose your hair, it's a case of if you want to do something about it and it affects you, then there are options available to you. Some people choose to shave their hair off, but the fact of the matter is that most people would prefer to have hair than not. And there are treatments available to stop and arrest the progression of hair loss, which are FDA approved. And there are now available treatments, hair restoration treatments. There's hair transplant surgery, there's systems. There's different treatments available to patients if they want to do something about it. The fact is, though, there's a plethora of information out there in this industry, and there aren't only, there is this common knowledge. There's a multi-billion-pound industry, but 99% of products and services don't actually work, and they prey on the vulnerable, they prey on the desperate, and I was one of them, and hence why I kind of try now to empower and essentially educate people of what their options are available to them.
Well, let's talk to Ricardo Corvey, who's a hairdresser at Rainbow Room International. Ricardo, talk to us then a bit about the science behind this. Why do some men go bald and others don't?
Good morning. Well, it's a double factor, really. You've either got hereditary male pattern baldness in the family, or you've got a testosterone imbalance that causes a blockage in the scalp. And it's a real, as your previous caller had said, it's a real tricky situation, because there's an emotional factor, there's a vanity factor, there's a self-esteem factor, and it's a different story for every individual. And exactly as he said, the information for years was very misleading, and at least now the truth's out there about these kind of things, but it's very much to the individual, what they're going to get done.
What do you think of John Travolta's new look? I must confess I didn't realise he'd been wearing a wig for years.